Okay, everybody. 1 second. So, welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic, and welcome to the finale. This is probably the longest stream series that I have ever and will ever do. There might be a couple of stream series that go on a little longer than this, but it probably wouldn't be by much. Oh crap, I forgot to add one last person. There we go. Alright, and with that... Nope. Here, we'll just do this. The Eternal Throne. Sheesh.
You are ready.
Commander, what's wrong?
I had another nightmare. I was about to take the throne, but Valen was there, waiting for me.
She's gone now. It's her father we should worry about.
Whatever he pulls, I'll be ready. Did you bring the holocron?
I've been studying it since we escaped Nathema. The relic's function remains a mystery, but its power is undeniable. If it can protect you from Valkorion...
Do you actually believe that dusty trinket can harm me?
Keep playing nice, and we won't have to find out.
That's not what I wanted to do.
To betray you.
Bull crap, you
The
don't.
Eternal Throne. We have sacrificed too much to turn on each other now.
I felt his presence. How can you stand it?
The more Valkorion talks, the more he reveals himself.
It's what he keeps hidden that scares me.
Commander, to the bridge.
Your crew's ready. It's time.
Status report.
At last, the time has come to take the Eternal Throne.
Empress Valen has fallen. In her absence, the Eternal Fleet rampages across known space, threatening to wipe out all life in the galaxy. There's only one way to stop them. We must seize the throne.
Problem is, those warships are blockading Zakul and bombing the city to rubble.
The fleet will stop at nothing to protect the throne. No ship can break their blockade, not even to flee for safety.
You know the Eternal Fleet better than anyone, Arkan. How do we break their blockade?
You don't. The fleet was built on technology beyond anything in the Alliance.
Except my favorite ship. If I reroute power to the Gravestone shields, we'll crack that blockade.
Then it's settled. When do we reach Zakul?
Now!
Sheesh.
Shields up. Been nice knowing you, Commander.
Break that blockade.
Punch it. Yeah.
Everyone, to your battle stations, for the Alliance!
We will join your fight, Commander.
I started this war. Now, I'll help you end it.
Valkorion knows your weaknesses. He may try to exploit them and destroy you.
If Father shows himself, we'll be ready.
For Zakul.
For the Alliance.
I like the fact that we're basically just shot out in a drop pod. Sheesh. What the? All right then. For the galaxy. All right. Leave the soldiers. They aren't actively trying to stop us. I love that ability. I love that ability of Arkan's. I think that's awesome. Dang. Nicely done, Senya. Oh, come on. Your Empress is dead.
Tide's Gauntlet. A favorite tactic among the Knights of Zakul.
When I was in charge, the knights had better aim.
Bullseye. Indozal reporting for duty. Full of vigor and raring to serve the Alliance.
Though that splash shot may have dislocated my shoulder.
Find a medic and patch yourself up. We can't have you fainting in the middle of my coronation party.
Not to worry. Give me a sling and a nightcap and I'll be right as rain. As for the rebels, I have good news. My compatriots borrowed artillery from the local militia. They'll begin raining fire any moment now, I'm sure of it.
You and your friends will all have a place in the Alliance once this is over.
I'm getting all misty. Now if you'll excuse me, I must plan for your ascension to the throne. It will be my grandest party yet.
I gotta say, I really like Indo. I think Indo's amazing. Whoa, boy. Get back here! Oh, Knight, come and get me. Whoa! All right, let's go.
Should feel better.
Thank you for saving me some time. Alright, run! Oh, come on. Alright, let's do this. That ability is so much fun.
Here.
Damn, Arkin. Yeah, go ahead, heal your son. I'll go ahead and heal us. Alright, let's go. You would think that the knights would be a little bit smarter than that.
Victory is almost upon us, but you ignore a closer threat. The disgraced former emperor and his mother, a knight turned traitor. Strike down my family, and you will face no competition for the throne.
Your family helped me save Odessa and defeat Valen. I won't turn against them now.
Do not underestimate the temptation of the Eternal Throne.
I'm more concerned about you, Valkorian.
Zakul burns. The Republic suffers. And the Sith Empire crumbles. Only you can pacify the throne and end this cycle of violence.
Yeah, I'm aware. The question is, what are you going to do after I'm done? Oh, come on. Okay, they're sky troopers. I don't have to... Come on. All right. Really? A Knight of Zakul again? You would think these guys would learn by now. Alright, are we done? Alright, who's left? Oh, there they are. Oh, hi. Come on, I am trying to save your homeworld. It's kind of difficult for me to do that when you're trying to kill me all the time. Alright.
Should feel better.
We're done, finally. Maybe.
My throne. I took my brother's life here, provoked Valen's anger, abandoned the people of Zakul.
That may very well be the case. But you were also being manipulated by your father. You were, to be quite frank, you were just as much of a victim in this entire ordeal as your brother was. As the people of Zakul were. As all of the dead are. You are not the first person that Valkorion enslaved. But you are better if you allow yourself to be better.
You're a different man now, free of Valkorion's influence. Don't fall to temptation.
You are right. Claim the throne, Commander. You have earned it.
I do kind of wish that we could shake Arkan's hand here. That we could have this slight little bit of camaraderie. Okay, now what? Oh, crap. Ow. Just a little blaster bolt hanging in the air. Sorry, laser cannon
The
bolt.
fleet has gone quiet.
You did it, Commander.
Well done. After years of strife, you have become Emperor of Zakul, commander of the fleet, and heir to the eternal throne.
Your family's caused enough damage. I won't let the throne fall into the wrong hands again.
Neither will I.
I freaking called this.
Stop, Father! I once offered you mercy in this very room, but you refused to bow. Now, you have no choice.
I'm ready for whatever you're...
Bow.
As you command, my Emperor.
You're an exemplary pawn. One I forged into a vessel of supreme power, worthy of preserving my spirit.
I freaking...
Now I take your body as my own, and rule once more as the Immortal Emperor.
Stop talking and show me what you're made of.
So be it.
Ow!
Wake up. Wake up. What happened?
Hello? This is a new look.
You're the Alliance Commander, once known as Barson Thor, and member of the Jedi Council. You wear Valkorian skin, but you're the same person you always were.
Valkorian's trying to break me.
He already broke you. Valkorian shattered your mind and tossed you into the abyss of your psyche. He thinks you're dead, but you survived by assuming his form. Find the holocron. Save yourself.
Ooh. Force Storm. Dark Ritual. Dark Blast. Teleports you to a random location. Sheesh. From all... Steals the life force, slows the movement speed of targets, and immobilizes weak and standard enemies. Holy. mercenaries on my side, and versus a whole bunch of sky troopers. Dang, that does not regen a whole lot of health. Okay, I need to go up somehow. Okay. Versus a Sith, a Jedi, Jedi versus a Knight of Zakul. I am very confused now. Oh, there it is. There we go. Aha.
Valkorion has poisoned your mind. Cleanse your corrupted memories, or you'll be trapped here forever.
All right then. Whoa.
I urged you to harm Vale, and when she threatened your life,
Yeah, I figured. Oh, HK.
In time, my curiosity eroded, and a plan began to take shape. I would hollow out your mind, take possession of your body, and ascend to the eternal throne. But first, I require new weapons to conquer your psyche.
Okay, so clearly I'm seeing these out of order. Whoops.
I pretended to abandon you on Odessa, but my departure was a ruse. Trapped in your mind, I silently observed how you behaved in my absence. Your strength grew, your vulnerabilities festered. Locked in your mind, I conducted experiments to save my curiosity. I offered you my power, and you accepted. I pushed you to defy Arkham, but instead you recruited him. When you helped my sons drag me down, I refused to surrender to mortality. My spirit invaded your mind in search of a new host. You resisted.
Alright, so... let's see if I can put these in order. So we had this one. Ah, dang it, I can't get these to play again. Oh well. When you helped my son strike me down, I refused to surrender to mortality. My spirit invaded your mind in search of a new host. You resisted. Locked in your mind, I conducted an Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can find a video or something that will help me put that in order. But yeah, Valkorion was planning this from the very beginning, to the surprise of absolutely no one. And people wonder why I don't like Valkorion. Why I don't like the Sith Emperor in general.
Take the holocron. Save yourself.
The Outlander's alive.
Father conquered his mind, but he's fighting back.
Look out!
You gotta admit, Senya and Arkin make a fantastic team.
You persist. Impressive.
You may take my body, but you can't have my mind.
A minor inconvenience. When you struck down Valen, I consumed her essence. Her spirit is now mine to command.
Let me go or I'll chop you into little pieces.
Submit, my child.
As you wish.
Don't let him cage you again.
Let me go!
Your interference ends here.
Ow.
I have one last surprise for you, Tenebrae.
Father.
Your mother should have obeyed my orders and drowned you when she had the chance.
I ended Mother's suffering long ago, but your torment is just beginning.
Your boy caged you for millennia. Take your revenge.
Through Tenebrae's death, I will earn my freedom.
I killed you once, Father. Now
Annihilate them.
Ow. That's enough of that. Hello, can I please? Thank you. Alright, Valen. Come on. Oh, jeez. Ow. Yeah, I figured as much, Doc. Also, welcome, Doc. Glad you're able to be here.
Tenebrae, join me in death.
Damn.
Dreneth pierced my armor at the cost of his life. Soon, you will follow him into oblivion. Rise, my child.
I am yours to command, Father.
Yeah, how about
we make things interesting?
be free, Valen?
That felt lovely.
Enough! Vanquish the Outlander!
I have a better idea, Father. The Outlander's toy set me free.
Take the holocron, Arkin. The Outlander needs you.
Father is too strong.
You've proven yourself stronger. Show him the man you've become.
Is it bad that I wanted to that I would have preferred seeing him hand her his lightsaber and then seeing the two of them just and then seeing her dual wield them?
Arkin. I won't let you face him alone. Tachi. Valen, strike down the brother who betrayed you, and the Outlander who stole your life away.
Father makes a good point, for once.
She's your sister. Make her listen to reason.
Valen. Remember when we were children? Playing with Vexen. Sparring in the shadow of the Eternal Fleet. Running away and living in the swamps for a month. All that freedom stolen when Father locked you in anathema. He won't cage you again unless you join us.
I won't be caged. Not again, not ever! I'm going to enjoy watching you squirm, Father.
You have won over my children.
Thank you,
Now
Key.
you will all be consumed by eternity.
Here's the thing. You are not eternity. To attack Valkorion when he's shifted into the light. Attack Valkorion when he's shifted into the dark. Ooh. Okay then.
You really think you can face the full power of the Eternal Emperor?
Where is he? Okay, there he is. Okay, nope, never mind. He is...
A toy, a puppet.
Where'd he go? Oh boy. Ow. Okay. Let's try this again.
You can face the full power of the Eternal Emperor. You really think you can face the full power of the Eternal Emperor?
That's enough of that. Give me your healing. Give me your health.
You're a tool, a toy, a puppet.
crap.
Conjure 100 more holocrons, an arsenal of super weapons. Nothing will stop me.
You're wrong, Valkorion. Kneel before the Dragon of Zakul.
My mind, my rules.
No, that only works against Phelan.
I control what happens here, and I say what's good for Valen is good for you.
Clever.
Kneel, father. Kneel before the Dragon of Zakul!
It's over. Let go. Stenya.
You've turned your back on this family for the last time.
Ooh.
I am the Immortal Emperor. You cannot defeat me.
Sooner or later, death was always going to catch up with you.
Husband.
Father.
Monster!
Give your family the freedom they deserve.
A god has no family. Before I graced you with my presence, you were nothing but motes of filth drowning in the chaos of the void. And you, alone, Jedi, attempted to cure the galaxy of my influence. I forged you into a being worthy of the eternal throne. Without me, you are nothing.
Wrong again, Valkorion. It's you who needed me. Now you're alone, and nothing can save you from the fate you deserve.
Remember me when your alliance burns to ash.
Valkorion.
Go. Join my brother.
Ha! How does it feel to be erased from the galaxy?
Farewell, you absolute monster. May you never again trouble the galaxy.
It's over.
You defeated Valkorion. Once and for all.
The Immortal Emperor may be gone, but he left the galaxy in shambles. It's time to clean up his mess.
The galaxy needs a leader if it ever hopes to fully recover.
I've opened a system-wide holo-channel. The galaxy's ready to meet the new Emperor.
I have no idea why the game is doing this, but for whatever reason, it decides, nah, you're not going to get to see my character's eyes for whatever reason.
I'm no emperor. People of the galaxy, the war is over. The Eternal Fleet is pacified. Today marks the end of the Eternal Empire. The people of Zakul are now free to rule themselves. I will transform the throne into a beacon of peace, dedicated to helping Zakul recover from a war that nearly destroyed us all. We faced the full might of the Eternal Fleet, watched cities fall, friends die. We have suffered for the last time. The Eternal Fleet will now serve as a benevolent armada, delivering supplies, transporting refugees, and healing the damage this war inflicted. We must now look forward, beyond our homes, to the stars that surround us. This will be our new frontier, as we work together to rebuild the galaxy. By trusting in each other, we begin a new era in galactic history. The Age of the Eternal Alliance.
Do 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 do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, is Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Funny, I thought you passed out on the dance floor.
I got a second win. Let me guess. You saw the intelligence reports.
The Republic's preparing for war.
And the Sith Empire's not far behind. So much for our friendly pact with Asina.
The Eternal Alliance is only hours old, but already I sense dark forces massing against us. Uprisings sparking across the galaxy.
We will defeat them.
Tomorrow. Tonight we celebrate.
Peacekeeping is irritating, isn't it? Anywho, so that is the end of our story series on the Old Republic. On Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. And I have to say, this was a very fun series to go through. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And unfortunately, the next story arc hasn't ended yet, as of recording this. As of streaming this, really. But before I go, I want to go ahead and take some time and attempt to analyze this entire thing. This whole thing has been the culmination of... And I am actually going to shut that down because that's starting to get annoying. Ooh, I love the new war room. This new war room is awesome. Anywho, this whole series has been the culmination of two separate games, Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2. And I am also going to now go ahead and mute the game because I cannot hear myself think. There we go. There we go. Now we should be good. Anywho, so this MMO has been the culmination of three separate games. The Knights of the Old Republic 1, which was about the trials and tribulations of Revan and the adventures that he undertook. Knights of the Old Republic 2, which was about the trials and tribulations of the exile and the fallout from Revan and his decision to leave and go find out what in the heck caused him to fall in the first place. And now this game, which is The Old Republic and the fallout of the previous two games. It actually starts some, I want to say, 100 some odd years after the exile. After the exile's death. And the reformation of the Jedi Order. A lot of things, happened during the beginning, in the opening. We find out that the Sith Empire is actually a thing and that they have indeed returned to wage war on the galaxy. We find out that the Emperor of the Sith is just as immortal as, people say he is. And we find out that, all of this stuff that's going on and how everything that has been happening at the behest of the Sith Emperor. However, none of that has been the big issue, has been, has been really on the consular's plate right up until almost the very end, right up until about the middle of his story, the middle of our consular's story. Instead, what we get is the Republic is on the brink of collapse, which makes sense because the war previous to the last war, where the War of the Sith Return, as I am going to now call it, basically broke the Republic's back in many ways. The Republic fleet, the Republic just was not ready for the kind of war that the Sith were going to bring. And there was no way that they ever could be. Which makes a degree of sense. Because there was no way that they were ever going to be able to prepare for the kinds of ships that the Sith Empire was bringing. There was no way that they were ever going to be able to prepare for the kinds of fighters that they were going to be bringing. There was no way to prepare for that kind of war. So it makes sense that the Republic would, at the very least, put up a fight, sure, but it would also break their backs in multiple ways. However, at the same time, the Sith Empire really was self-destructing as it was waging this war, and it would continue to self-destruct clear into the beginning of the game. The Sith Inquisitor is actually probably the best example of this. The Sith Inquisitor storyline is all about how the Empire is constantly self-destructing. It's constantly just plagued with, for lack of a better term, stupid Sith. The stupidity that the Sith have an irritating habit of falling into. mostly due to the fact that Sith ideology just inherently doesn't function properly. It just doesn't. It just inherently believes that. It just, yeah. I'm having trouble, putting to words just how absolutely messed up the Sith ideology is. And this is not an excuse for the Jedi. The Jedi are also, self-destructive in many, many ways. So I like the fact that the Knights of Zakul also exist as a kind of midway between the two. How they are zealous in the same way that the Jedi are, but also they also embrace their emotions like the Sith do. I like the fact that kind of contrast between them exists within the Knights of Zakul. Anywho, back on topic. So that was how the galaxy was for the longest time. It was two separate powers vying for dominance over quite frankly, over two self-destructive ideologies. Meanwhile, we had a being who needed life in order to who needed to consume life in order to continue living. You gotta admit, Valkorion, Tenebrae, Vitiate, those three individuals being the same person is a mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling how immensely self-serving and evil something like that is. Which brings me to Zakul itself. Zakul never really had to deal with the problems of the galaxy because of its position in what is called wild space, or the unknown regions. Zakul never really had to deal with the problems of the rest of the galaxy. They never had to deal with the ideologies of the Jedi, and they never had to deal with the stupidity of the Sith. They never had to deal with all of this. So it makes sense that a Sith, a singular Sith, who happened to be immortal, would take advantage of something like that to quote unquote create a massive empire like that, especially when they have access to technology that is vastly superior to everyone else. It makes sense that kind of a thing would happen. So the plan that the Sith Emperor, I'm just going to call him the Sith Emperor from now on, had was, he basically looked at the Sith Empire and went, I can't change this. I can't turn this into the glorious empire that I desire. So he abandons it and sicks it against the Republic. War is probably the best. If you want to kill a whole lot of people, war is probably one of the best ways to do it. One of the easiest ways to do it. Just sick them against each other and feed off of all of the death, suffering, and chaos that brings. That was his plan for the longest time. Eventually, the Jedi Knight class story happens. It was like, okay, fine. I didn't actually care about that body anyway. So as long as they're continuing to wage war, I'm still winning. He didn't actually need the face that was vitiate in order to continue to win. That was just the easiest way to pull it off. It wasn't until the Shadow of Revan expansion that we really understood exactly how bad things were. How absolutely monstrous the Sith Emperor was. How destructive he was. So when we find out that he had crafted this new empire, this massive thing in order to rule over, this massive near perfect empire that he had, whose gloriousness is seconded only by his own ego. That kind of really puts everything into perspective now, doesn't it? So, having the Sith Empire and the Republic basically team up and go, we're not gonna stand by and let this continue to happen, was probably the smartest thing that the Sith and the Republic ever did. It's just that the problem is that they don't really unify. They never really unify in the face of a greater threat. It's honestly kind of horrifying how effective Zakul was at just murking the galaxy. Just completely and utterly destroying it. So you gotta wonder, do you think that if Zakul was under Valkorion, do you think Valkorion would have eventually just would have done what Arkin did? Except, a little bit smarter about it. I believe that he definitely would have pulled what Arkin did, but he probably would have, it probably would have been like his last ditch effort more than anything. Because, the rest of the galaxy basically doesn't really mean a whole lot to him. It's just food, effectively. Why would I... Valkorion's mindset is the rest of the galaxy is effectively my dinner. Why would I care about something as simple as, dinner? Which brings me to Valkorion's 3 children, actually. I personally think that the three children represent different aspects of the Sith Emperor in different ways. Yes, they're both, all three of them are all stupidly strong. But they all represent the three separate aspects of the Sith Emperor. Thexan represents the tactical genius that the Sith Emperor has. His ability to plan, long term. His ability to recognize, oh, this is actually a kind of stupid decision. While at the same time, Thexan's problem was that he was blind, for a lack of a better term. He was blind to the problems that his father was causing, the death, destruction, and chaos that his father was causing. Which makes sense because he's never had to deal with the problems of the galaxy. He's Prince of Zakul, the greatest empire that has ever existed. Why would he have that kind of an issue? Which brings me to Arkin. Arkin represented, right up until, he changed, thankfully. He was healed of his rage. Arkin represented the Sith Emperor's frustration and his ambition. Arkin was almost always going to be the guy who wanted to make things better, who wanted to, expand the Zakulan influence. He wanted to be the one who, was at the top, the person who could be, look upon me and witness my glory. And yet, at the same time, he also represented the Sith Emperor's frustration with the fact that he just cannot, for whatever reason, get people to just bow to him. In many ways, he represented the Sith Emperor's Sithness. Which brings me to Valen. Valen represents his power and selfishness. Now you're probably asking me, what's the difference between ambition and selfishness? Well, there is actually a difference. The difference is that you don't necessarily have to have ambition in order to be selfish. You don't have to desire to be at the top in order to be selfish, if that makes any sense. You don't have to desire to have everything, to take everything in order to have ambition. You don't have to, blah 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 blah. While at the same time, she also represents the monumental, almost elemental levels of power that Valkorion has. There is actually a reason why Valen, she was far more powerful than both of her brothers put together. She definitely inherited a good chunk of Valkorion's capability. It's just that she also happened to inherit a lot of the stupidity that the Sith. Oh, crap. That the Sith also have problems, maintaining. So yeah, that was her problem, is that she was kinda sorta rather stupid. If we're being honest. So when Valkyria died, it made sense that. Hello, what do we have over here? Oh. It made sense that Arkin would be the one to ascend to the throne. Would be the one who would just take up the mantle and just be in charge. So yeah, that was my very weak attempt to analyze the entirety of Star Wars The Old Republic. I will see you all next time. So we currently have, let me look we have 4 streams between now and July 1st. My plan is for the next, I'm expecting this to take at least 3 streams, assuming that I don't run into assuming that I end up having technical difficulties. My next stream series, story series, is going to be, hilariously enough, a stream series that I attempted, way back when I first started, is going to be, a wonderful little game that is called Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. It's effectively Final Fantasy, but Lord of the Rings is how that game plays. So that is what my next series is going to be, and I'm hoping to get through that within 3 days. And then my last stream for the month, hopefully, if I can get people to do this, is going to be a Talon versus Elysia stream. That will be my last series for the month. And then come July, I will just assuming that Twitch continues to decide to be irritating, I will no longer be streaming to Twitch. I will still be streaming to YouTube. I will not be streaming to Twitch anymore. Because of this wonderful little thing called they're not going to be allowing multi-streams anymore. For everybody. Which I find to be incredibly irritating. But with all of that said, I hope you all had a wonderful evening. I might do a little stream where I might do another stream sometime after this today to kind of, I might do a slight little XCOM 2 stream where I just have fun and play around in XCOM. But that will probably just end up being it for tonight. And I will see you all next time. As soon as I remember how to do this. Goodbye!